Hi guys, my name is Mark and today I will show you the newest mouse from Ninjutso. It's the Katana Wireless and we will compare it with the Superlight. Let's go guys. So now you ask me why you need the Superlight, because this one claims to be the lightest in its class. Like they've printed it also on the back box like this. And basically the claim isn't that false, to be honest. To prove this I used this one here, and I can tell you if I put the new Katana Wireless on it, it says 60 gram, and if I put my Superlight with glass glides and fully sticked with grips on it, it says 62 gram. But if we just put down the glides to normal glides and we may remove the stickers, okay, I also removed the bottom plate here, it's still like 58, 59, so for me this one is still the lightest, to be honest. You can see it as you want. I wouldn't print stuff like this on my box, even if it would be like 5 or 6 grams less or even 3 grams less, cause it's not. And on their own page Ninjutso says it could be also 63 grams, which would be basically more than the Superlight, but it's totally okay. For the size and without holes, it's a very light gaming mouse. And we start as always, we just check the box. I showed you already the back side. I show you the front side now of the box. It's like this. It has some bold claims on the sides. No, it's just facts, guys. It says 60 gram, 96 hours battery life, which I can tell it's true. It's like 1% every hour or 1% less every 45 minutes if you don't use the energy savings mode set to 1 minute. I set it to 10, and it's like, yeah, it's really power consuming. So what else they're claiming here? They're saying 90k dpi. This is caused by a 3370 pixel sensor, which is basically in the normal setup. So it's just a normal sensor, not like the 20k or 21k version at Pulsar. I have no clue which MCU they are using, because they don't tell me and I don't see it, and I don't want to search for stuff which is not proven. So they have some sort of MCU inside, and they're using a triple mode for their new wireless changing technology. I saw the same stuff on an OEM called Dareu, and basically this is also the OEM who do some rocket stuff, but that's okay. Yeah, looks really good. They say snappy fire wireless technology. I also say it on the right, and I think that's basically those triple signal changing technology. They say bio-skeleton super weight. You can, if I have the black version and on the white version you have a red bottom. You can see it's a little bit translucent black, and you see that's they're doing like a very thin shell, so the plastic is very thin, but they reinforce it with kind of skeleton. The shell or the thickness of the plastic is basically 0.6 millimeters, and yeah, they just reinforce it, which also gives it a different sound to the old one, which will I show you in a second, guys. Just want to go over all the claims here on the box. Magnetic charging system, I will also show you soon. Zero lag is true, and the rest is just the numbers, the sizes, the weight, just by size. To compare it for you with a Superlight, basically the same size. If you see it from the bottom, you see that the Katana has a different shape than a Superlight, and that's why it's maybe interesting for some of you guys, because I know most people really don't like the shape of the Superlight, because it's just like, yeah, it's not very pronounced, And that's why a lot of people have problems with placing the thumb, placing the ring finger, placing the pinky, finding a good grip, building up some force. And yeah, basically for some people this is very distracting on the Superlight. And I heard a lot of people who say the mouse is awesome, the sensors super clicks are also good. They're not as bad as most people say. But it's just the form. I can't cope with it, so I can't play with the form because it's not pronounced enough for me. Maybe the Katana is an option for you, because for me, I just felt it directly. I just do one thing always. I just put the mouse here, watch somewhere else, and I just put my hand on it, you know, and then just like, that's the grip. And the grip is looking like this on this one here. And you see, my thumb is directly here. Gives me good secureness. Pinky is here on the, also directly on the start of the ass. Pretty nice, pretty good playable, to be honest. Grip was instantly there, very good feeling. I think it's a good alternative for people who can play with the size, who like the size, who play a claw or palm grip, or have big hands and play a fingertip or fingertip hybrid. It's pretty nice. And I think it's good to have this one, but there's some stuff which I don't like, and I will tell you a little bit about some stuff. At first I told you about the new skeleton, or basically the way they improved it. At first, if you have both and I have a camera light here, and you just watch the coating, how it looks a little bit different. Feels pretty much the same, but looks different. Looks like this is a totally different plastic in the light. And one thing is, when I talked about those enhanced skeleton, like yes, it's still sounds like a hole or a plastic box with nothing in it, but the sound here is way better. Feels not that hollow, or it's not that hollow as you might think, and feels way better, to be honest. So the overall quality feels like it's improved. Plastic is not squeezing and not flexing. I press it a lot. I have some kind of things, you know. And the overall build quality just raised. It's good. For me, it's like one of the major points they needed to change. Then we just watch how the bottom looks. On the old one, a lot of people had problems with the center ring. Like, the center ring wasn't made that good, and the glides, as you can see here on the white version, are not very rounded, a little bit thicker and not heat treated, and they had problems with a lot with scratching. You can see it here, for example, that's not very good made. And here on the new one, looks way better. The center ring is like a little bit deeper, and you see that the glides are way more rounded. They are heat treated. That's a different sort of PTFE used, and they also feel very different. Just by putting them on the desk and using them on a hybrid pad, this feels like it's scratched a little bit. Sure, the new one still feels for me like there's a little bit like, feels not even, you know, guys. It's not like, you don't have the feeling that it's perfectly made with the glides and with the bottom of the, so with the, just how it feels, how it's on the pad doesn't feel perfect. If you compare it with a G Pro, with a Phantom, with stock glides, or with Achilles, they just feel better. Feels just better made. Maybe you need some new glides or something. I would say 0.1, 0.05 millimeter thicker skates with the same R curve would be the better choice. But at the end, totally solid work. We just need to keep in mind this product in general is like it's like $90 US. Maybe for you in the States it's 90. For us here in Germany, we needed to pay like 110, a little bit over 110 euro, which would be like roughly 120, 25 US dollars. So it's a very high price. and it's way above the G Pro Superlight, because we can keep it here for $99 or $100, which is basically for you, yeah, 105, 110 US dollars, something like that. So the G Pro Superlight would be cheaper than a Katana for us. So that's why I'm not that impressed, to be honest, because they are still lacking on a distributor here. Max Gaming also will get it soon. They don't offer or show a date already, and then if you order it there for European guys, it's still over 100 euro at the end. So it's not a competitive price if you need to compete against the Superlight. And the Superlight have tons of skates, tons of different grips available. Aftermarket is huge for the Superlight, and it just performs. It's super fucking fast. Yeah. And if we start just comparing this by here, we can scroll down a little bit. I can show you the white one. I don't have the white one. There you can see that the bottom is more made than the old Intelli, which is like red bottom and white shell box outside. And like I had a picture somewhere here. Where is it? Here. It's a good comparison. That's from the Ninjutso Twitter. You see the old Intelli, where the clicks were way shorter than here, but the shape pretty much is equal. And also, I think it's just the better version here, in my opinion, because the size of the clicks, so how and where you can click it, is way better. And just by clicks, when I talk about clicks on this one, I have the old one here, yeah, and I have the new one, and I think, did they wrote about it? I have no idea if they wrote about it. They show a little video here about the different grips. I can tell you here, the old one with the 8.0 KL switches, and was why I also did not like it in my first review is like, I think you can just say in here by the sound. Normally KLs are super snappy, and this one just have an awful click feeling. It's not that nice, and the side buttons were like, it also sounds like the spring or whatever is behind us, like it's loose or something. And then you have the new one. This one comes with those Huano blue shell pink dots, the same as Dawnfinger is using in his mouse. And it's like, it's way more enjoyable, guys. That's the right switch for this mouse, I'm not gonna lie. That's very good made now. It's a really good choice for the mouse. Also, they improved the side buttons. Side buttons don't sound as hollow as on the first ones. Way better in shape now, and generally real improvement. If you can keep it for below $90 US, you can do it, guys. And now I need to talk about something which is what's like hard to understand for me. Like the old ones, the Origin 1X had this dongle with the translator for USB-C, and you just charged it over USB-C. Totally okay, I'm fine with this. Others still have like micro USB, you know? Like those free thinkers for the next 10 years will show you stuff like this. And I mean, Ninjutso already had USB Type-C, and one thing is that these guys here managed to do a cable for you, which is maybe cool because you see it on those Chinese advertisements on Taobao or AliExpress, because it's magnetic charging for your phone, and they do the same here. Like, wow, okay. And also, if you lose your dongle, you can do this. And if you lose your final mouse, you can... No, I won't show it. Basically, yeah. But for me, the problem is you have a separate cable just for loading with those magnetic charging system. And the main problem for me is that you really need to put out the dongle here and extend this one here. So you just extend it. Then your dongle is loose, somewhere laying around. Or you need to use one more USB port on your PC to have another USB-C cable into it, just to have it also laying somewhere around to charge the Katana. Or you just need to have the cable around or whatever. And one thing nobody thought about is what is if you get, or if you have a cat or dog which bites into the cable and you aren't able to load with this cable anymore, of course, the wires are broken. What happens then? You stop charging your mouse? You don't use it anymore? That's a dumb idea, guys. They should have stand with USB-C and with the dongle and with the translator. Would be totally okay. Other companies also do it. It's good. I have no idea why they did this. One more cable, more plastic waste. It's more expensive. It's stupid if the cable gets loose or broke. So that's not a good invention for me. And I don't know if we need this. So at the end, solid product. It improved a lot. And I show you the latencies now, guys. You know I do an LDAT test always, and I also did for this one. I will tell you now how the numbers are. We just start with the competitor, or basically with the boss in the ring. The Superlight, you know, we tested it already several times, and we showed you already several times. It's still 8.81 milliseconds with a standard deviation of 1.35 milliseconds, which gives you a max from 10.1.6 milliseconds or a low of like 7.46 milliseconds, which is super fast, guys. It's really one of the fastest products I've ever tested. And it's also pretty close to the Zaunkönig, like it's only some 1.5, 2 ms missing in 1000 Hertz mode. So it's pretty awesome work, not gonna lie. And I also, still I have the LDAT. I never tested this one, and for the review I tested this one, the wired one of the Katana, and I was fucking disappointed, guys. At the first point I started testing, we thought like the system is broken or LDAT is not working or something. I just double checked and checked mice we already tested with the existing data, and I just realized, okay, this one is super trash. It has like 21.5 milliseconds in average click to photon, so click to shot on the screen. That's super bad, guys. It's like, wow. I was like, it's one of the worst mouse I've ever tested. The white version. For everyone who uses this, guys, maybe think about getting another product. Then I tested the wireless, and I didn't expect that much, to be honest. I thought like, okay, if this thing here is like over 20 milliseconds, and on other PCs would like 26, 28, maybe 30 milliseconds, what about this one then? And honestly, it's kind of surprising. I think they've done a lot of work. I said already on the box, on the how it feels, how the clicks are, how it reacts, how it behaves. And also, I talked about those new snappy wireless technology, and I think they've done it right, guys, because the average milliseconds of this mouse click to photon, so click to shot on a PC, is 11.44 milliseconds. Okay, the standard deviation is kind of high. It's nearly 2 milliseconds, which is compared to the M4 from Xtrafy, for example, nearly like 1.9 milliseconds more. But for most of you people, it's totally okay. But for me, the higher the deviation, so the more milliseconds and less milliseconds in average compared to the average milliseconds, the more it shows me that it's not performing consistently on one level. So the Xtrafy M4, for example, only has 1.04 milliseconds, which is an awesome number. Everything around 1 is perfect. NVIDIA says in the guide for LDAT that everything around 3 milliseconds is good. If it's above 3, you need to maybe check your setup. But 3 is very good. For me, everything above 1.5 is not good. So this one is a little bit laggy, but it feels very good in games. And the software for this is also kind of nice. I checked it already. I will show you very fast. Easy software, DPI settings here, polling rate like 100, 125, 500,000 Hertz. It's stock set to 500. and stock 400 dpi. Stock set lift off distance 1 millimeter. You can set it to 2. I did it. Here's the energy management, which gives you the standby mode in minutes. The debounce timer you can set between 16 and 0 ms in 2 ms steps. I set it to 0. It's totally fine working, no double clicks. And the mouse properties in general, first software I saw, they will redirect you to Windows settings. That's a very good step. And one thing I can show you, if you change something here, it directly saves this for you. If you do it on the old Katana or on the Origins, if you change something, you need to say yes, accept, load, and if you don't do it, everything is away. So if you change one thing here, it directly saves it for you. That's a good software, guys. For me, very easy, very clean, no specials. Nice one, good made. So in general, it's approved. It's better than before. If you can get it for below $90 and below €90, you can go with this. Shape is nice. If you love IntelliShape, this is a keeper, guys. The new Huanos are awesome. The mouse wheel changed a little bit. It's softer now, better to click. Still tactile, no free spin wheel. Skates improved in general. Ninjutso is going a good way, and I hope to see new products soon from them, and I hope that they are still improving. So guys, thanks for watching this video. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me down below in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, I would like to have you as a new follower on my channel, as we're doing new content continuously, always with the newest gear here, and we do it different, and we always do elder checks, guys. Thanks guys, bye, see you soon.